what kind of water that you're drinking, and does your water really refresh you? Does it hydrate you correctly? Well, I want to give you a tip today about distilled water, and it is truly a game changer. So let's dive in on distilled water today. Guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Charlotte. I'm a health coach and a cancer conqueror of 13 years, changing lifestyle and trying to live a healthy, holistic, whole life as a conqueror to thrive. So today I want to talk to you guys about distilled water and the tremendous benefits of distilled water and how great it is for us to really know how much of a benefit it is. Our scripture today comes out of John 4 and 10, and it's literally Jesus having a conversation with a woman at a well, talking about living water, how this living water, if you drink it, you will never thirst again. Well, let's talk about distilled water, and let's tie in that scripture and how beneficial it is for us to be drinking distilled water. And I encourage you to try it for a week for yourself and see if you're not more hydrated, you're more energized, and your inflammation levels will decrease. So, bottom line is, if you're drinking tap water, please stop. It is full of chlorine, fluoride, the chemicals that they use in order to quote unquote purify the water. You're now consuming all of those chemicals within your body. And our bodies cannot handle huge amounts of toxicity. I mean, we live in a toxic world, as you guys know. I say this all the time because of all of the toxins in the water, the food, the air supply, and things that we put on our bodies, things that we sleep on. I mean, everything has a toxin. And so, apologize for the road traffic. I had to move my location. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about how beneficial it is to be drinking distilled water and brushing your teeth in distilled water. Please don't use the tap water to brush your teeth. Use distilled water. So what happens is that distilled water is a natural alkalizer. It naturally alkalizes the body. And if your body is highly acidic, you're going to feel joint pain, you're going to feel worn out, you're going to feel tired all the time, sluggish, brain fog. These are some of the symptoms that you're going to feel if you have a high acidity level in your body. And high acidity levels, let me tell you, are the baseline for every type of disease there is. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all of the known diseases, AIDS, Alzheimer's, all of them stem from too high of an acidic level in the body. So you say, how do our bodies get so acidic? It gets so acidic because of the food that we're eating. If it's heavily processed, all of that stuff will cause high levels of acidity, which causes inflammation. And we're not talking about the inflammation that, happens when you stub your toe. That's a natural response, and we need that. I'm talking about chronic inflammation that never goes away. And when it is left unchecked and not treated to diminish it and take it out of your system, it's like a baseline system, and it's a breeding ground for disease. And so I encourage you to start drinking distilled water, because distilled water, the process of distillation, it really, you can't change it. It's a natural process that happens when you distill water. You can see this evident, say for instance, after like in the first morning dew. That's a sort of like process of distillation in nature. But you can take that same concept and be drinking distilled water as well. Distilled water actually helps, like I said, to alkalize the body. And you want your body to be at a good alkaline level, alkaline acidic level. You don't want to be too acidic. You don't want to be too alkaline, because you need that balance. And I believe it's 6.5, between 6.5 and 7.5. And so these are just some tips for encouraging you to drink more drink more distilled water. And here's a caveat. Jesus even talked about this in his word. He had an encounter with a woman at the well who was there to draw water. And he basically told her, the water that you're trying to draw, you will thirst again. But he is the living water. And the living water, if you have a drink of the living water, you will never thirst again. That's in John chapter 4, verse 10. We're talking about the living water of Jesus. Let's now take that same concept and use distilled water as the living water that can not only rejuvenate. I actually started drinking more of it myself recently. And I tell you, I noticed that joint pain has diminished. Sleep is improved a little bit. I try and eat pretty clean and cook my own food. Pretty much 99% of it is I cook it or fix it myself. I don't eat out. But the water actually, it really is a benefit. And these are things that I've known. So sometimes we steer away from it, but I'm coming back to it, and I encourage you to try distilled water. Try it for a week. See how your body feels. See if you feel more energized, more hydrated. I feel much more hydrated in the last several days since I started just doing distilled water. And I drink distilled water occasionally anyway, especially when I travel because it's easy access to it. But even then, it really helps to clear out your colon. You will see amazing results. So listen, guys, increase your distilled water. Try it, see how your body feels so that you can now get that alkaline acidic balance. We're always looking for the balance. And so until next time, I hope you like and share the broadcast if you find value in the content. And I will see you next time right here on J. Roth as well. Take care. Peace.